Peace and love, you all. Welcome back to the channel for the weekly True Market Report. Um, Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you for helping me grow the channel and whatnot. Let's get into it. Last week was pretty interesting, man. We had some crazy runs. A lot of things was happening. Uh, the market is what they call, in technically, it's in bearish mode. Uh, After making some tremendous gains after COVID and whatnot. The market is now selling off. So we're going to look at a few charts and come up with a plan and some things that you all should be looking at this week. Keep on your watch list. So right now we're looking at SPX. SPY is coming out. Last week, let's talk about last week. We see that on Monday, it came in and kind of consolidated, now and ranged a little bit, and it went up, created a new high. The next day, on Wednesday, we started a big move down, kind of consolidated a little bit on Thursday, and then we had a big, huge move down and a nice pop, a nice reversal on Friday. So where are we going now? Where's the market headed? As we look right now, today's candle, um, you know, the S&P just opened up and it's surging right now. So that's what's going on right now in stock futures. We look at when we look at the Nasdaq as well, is got a little pop going on, a little surge. It's looking like it's moving a little higher right now. Um, then when we look at the Dow, same thing. The markets had these same patterns, big fall and a nice retrace, and now we're getting some upward movement, push to the top. So that's how futures are looking. So judging by this candle here, one could say that this is a reversal candle as we see it on the Dow. We see the same push on the Nasdaq and as well as the S&P. So where are we headed now? Is this the floor? Is this the bottom? I don't believe it is. We're still in a bear market. We're officially in a bear market. So what happened last week a few times, things were opening up. The market was opening up high. And then as we see here, it opened up right up here, real high. And then it just fell off a cliff. So I believe we're going to get some pullback right up in here. Right up here to the moving average, the 10-day moving average on the S&P, which is around 396-ish, or 3960. And then we'll see what happens then. I believe that we've been getting a lot of pushback whenever it did hit the 10-day moving average. And based off these reversal candles, we should get a move up to the upside in the morning. We should. That's the way they're looking. So it's a couple of tickers that I wanted to take a look at, specifically. Looking at Square. Square, actually, I was in this trade a couple of times this week. I rode it up on Thursday and down on Friday. Square's in kind of like it's been consolidating in this one particular area for a few days. It's trading above the 10-day moving average, just slightly above it right now. I expect us to have eventually a bigger move up to around an entry point for some puts at around $86, $85, I should say. And then we should get a push to the downside for this week. That's something that we're looking at to pick on. Let's look at a few more that last week the markets were brutal to target, for instance. And what a colossal move to the downside. We look at another one that was a trade we were actually in last week. Costco, not last week, 2 weeks ago. But Costco is also taking a colossal drop. A lot of these retail stocks have taken a massive hit. We're looking at Walmart right here, gap down, and then continue to plunge, and then gap down again and continue to plunge. So Walmart is taking a huge beating. Wow, they dropped $30 last week alone. So I expect to see a lot of more stocks continuing to the downside, especially with how everything has been running in the market. Does that mean that everything is going to go drop just like this? No. There are going to be some pullbacks. I expect there to be some pullbacks early on in the market, early on in the week, I should say, a move to the upside before we eventually reverse. It's all about timing and trying to, catch these entry points and catch them at their peaks and then riding the price down. So earnings this week, we'll be looking at Monday. We got Zoom reporting earnings, and looking at this daily chart, man, Zoom is taking Zoom used to be, I used to love to trade Zoom and whatnot. I used to love the way it moves, but if we look, this stock is taking a colossal hit. This is the epitome of a pandemic stock. I mean, it surged. I think Zoom had got up to as high as $700 at one point, and it's just been getting beat down, stomped down. They report earnings on Monday in the aftermarket, and then on Tuesday, we have Best Buy. They will be reporting, and again, just look at these colossal pullbacks. They report on Tuesday, in pre-market. So maybe it'll recover, maybe it won't. The thing about trading options, and holding contracts through earnings, the thing could go either way. They may have, good revenue, but it mainly hinges upon their guidance. Where are they taking us? Where are they going as a company? That will make investors decide whether or not they're going to, buy the stock and make it surge, or whether they're going to sell it off a lot of times. So it's pretty tricky, but these are I usually look at these as an indicator as to what could happen in certain sectors. So, for instance, like NVIDIA reports on Wednesday, right, in the aftermarket. So if I anticipate a move with NVIDIA, for instance, as they report earnings, instead of dealing with NVIDIA, I'll play another semiconductor company that's a little more safer. You may not get as big of a move in your direction by trading that particular stock. But if you get somebody that's in their sector, you could usually ride the wave that way, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, Costco, I just showed you, dropped hellaciously last week. They didn't report earnings. Actually, they report earnings on Thursday. But they took a hit when Target took a hit, when Walmart took a hit. They took the hit right with them. So keep an eye out on NVIDIA this week. Usually they run pretty well headed into earnings, um, but assume your risk with earnings plays. And then we got a big day for retail companies on Thursday. We got Macy's. They report in the pre-market, and then we got Dollar General, and all these. A lot of these stocks are taking massive hits and whatnot, but there's a chance and opportunities to make money. We see that Dollar General just came down and created actually a lower low right here on Friday. So um, we may get some type of movement to the upside as they head into earnings. But again, you got to be tricky. I don't try to hold things through earnings. Sometimes I do. I used to be a gunslinger like that, but I've gotten away from it for the most part. Try to trade setups. There's other ways of playing it. Like I said, uh, get something that's in that sector and run those, run plays on those companies. So, um, but now a couple of other uh, stocks I want to share. EVs has been doing pretty decent here for the last week and a half. We see Neo, actually XPEV, which is why I brought. Is it XPEV or is it Lee? I think it's Lee. Yeah, XPEV reports tomorrow morning in pre-market. So I'll be watching them just to get an idea or how to gauge how to play a few EV companies. For instance, if they surge or if they plunge or whatever, if whatever direction they tend to go, that's what way I'll play companies like Neo, uh, companies like Liato, which is looking like it wants to continue to make a move to the upside. And one more is Lucid. There's another one which is looking like it can make a move to the upside. So pay attention to what's going on, how the market responds to XPEV in the morning in pre-market, and that may be a play or something that you want to consider trading. Um, but that's pretty much all I got for this week. I'm gonna keep it short. Um, I haven't been um, trading a whole lot of different companies. For instance, I've mainly been sticking with ETFs and with SPY. No need in trying to trade the whole entire market. If the semiconductors are down, for instance, I'll just play the semiconductor ETF, as opposed to one company, because um, if one of them is going in one direction, a lot of times, especially to the downside, they all pull. And I showed that with Costco and Walmart and all those companies. So, but anyway, appreciate all the love and support. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Peace and love.